Hi everybody, it's Kiara. How are you? So I've been working on my list. First, hi, my name is Kiara. I am a New Yorker who lives in Northwest Arkansas. I've lived here 6 years. I'm a wife, mom, sped para professional, special needs mom, all sorts of things, general round crafter. And I do primarily quilting videos. Sometimes I'll do a floss tube. Sometimes I'll bring some of the other crafts I do. I do machine embroidery. So I've been working on my list and I'm making really good progress. So I decided to pull out an old whip. I didn't really want to work. I finished a bunch of the stuff that I had on my list. I don't want to bind my quilt right yet. So I pulled out an old whip. I've been doing designer mystery quilts since 2021 was my first one, and it was my first year, and I did not order the finishing kit. And if I remember right, the 2021 finishing kit was a lot. So, but I had ordered, I didn't even realize until I opened the box today that I had ordered some extra fabric. Here are my patterns. So, and right now this is my unstarched fabric, which was great because I had to just go starch a little piece. So I don't know if I ever decided how I wanted to finish this or not, but I was just sitting here. This wasn't even the project I was really gonna take out. I was looking for something with similar colors and I was gonna see what I had, but I decided I'm gonna finish this top. No idea what I'm gonna do with it, but I think this might be my binding. I'm thinking this is the binding for just the amount it is. And then these are some other fabrics from the line, or they're coordinating. I don't even know when I bought this. So let me show you the blocks. Now I've changed so much since I started doing this, and I've grouped these into things of 3. Okay, here's 1. 2, 3. Now this row is going to have 2 green and an orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to sew all the blocks together. I'm not going to sash them, just going to sew them together. Now this row has got 2 oranges and a green. Here's 1, 2, and 3. So I'm just going to sew them together, and then I'm going to put a thin white border around them, and then I'm going to put 2 other outer borders on. I'm just going to do it, finish it, and call it done. Because you know what? They've just been sitting here, and I want it done. Here's another block. And then I will find some kind of backing to put on this. Okay. I don't even know. I think this was fig tree fabric. Looking at it. But I just want them done. So I decided we're gonna have a little sew with me. So let me show you the last group. And it's so funny because I can tell just by looking at these, my pressing and my ironing has gotten so much better. So I'm just gonna sew these together. And then I had a fat quarter, and I actually just starched another fat quarter because I don't think that there's enough here. And I cut these strips. I cut these strips to 1 3/4. I cut them into 1 3/4. I got to piece them together. And then I'm going to put a border around, and then I'm going to put these other borders. I don't know how big these other borders are going to be. I have to see what's here. But I think I'm going to do, if this is going to be 1 3/4. So then I'm going to do 3 1/2 if I can, and then a 4.5 or 5, make it a little bit bigger. Because I like lap quilt size, and I do like this fabric. But it was after this quilt that I almost always started buying the backings. Not the backings, the finishing. Because I don't want to be worrying about how I'm going to finish something. So we're gonna just have a little bit of a sew with me. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna sew a couple of my block rows together, and I'll come back and show you the rows, and then we'll go on. I'm also, the reason I'm not taking you to actually sew with me today is I'm trying to finish up A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I have 4 more episodes. So I'm going to, real priorities here. So I'm gonna try to do this. This will be an added project, and then I think I'm gonna bind the quilt, and then I'm gonna try to load another quilt on Miss Moxie and get it done before I go away on Tuesday. Let's see what I can do. Because I gotta do something so you guys have some content while I'm gone. This will probably go up on, I don't know when this will go, but I'm gonna start this and let's see where we get with it. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hi, welcome back everybody. So I did some sewing and I arranged all my blocks. Yeah. So let me show you guys what I did. I decided not to border anything. So this is gonna be the quilt center, and I actually am in love with how this came out. The back is a mess. This quilt had so many seams in it. So there's the center. And here we go. And I'm gonna insert a picture, of course, okay? And then I put a small border. I measured this. This was done with old scraps that I had left over, because you can see I had to piece it. So this was 1.75 inches that I put around it, just so I could lock all those seams in. And then like I said, I had bought, because you know, if you do it this way, you're not adding a lot of width or anything, because it has no sashing, which, you know what, to get this finished, great. So next I'm going to put this on as a border, and this was the strawberries and rhubarb line from Joanna Figueroa, Fig Tree. So this is going to be the first border, and this I cut to 3 inches, so it'll finish at 2.5, and then I did this 5-inch border to go all around. So I'm gonna sew the rest of the borders on in the next couple of days, and get this finished. I'm like all of a sudden super exhausted today, so I was gonna try to do more, but I'm kind of excited that I just pulled this out and I buckled down. I'll probably finish this tomorrow and record and give the final video of it. It was nice just to finish this. It's been sitting in a box over here probably for 2.5, 3 years. But I just said, you know what? Done is better than just sitting in a box. I love this fabric. I might as well finish it. I'm just like so excited. So I'm gonna probably leave this video alone, and I'm gonna finish the quilt, and then I'm gonna put a video together, and then this will go up. So I will talk to you all soon. All right, talk to you when I'm putting on the borders. Bye. Okay, so we're back. It's a new day. As you can tell, I have a new outfit on, and the 2021 designer mystery quilt, my version of it, is done. So let me I'm gonna show it to you. Oh, do I have something behind me? Oh, I have hold on. I've got a stool behind me. Let me move it. Okay, so here it is. So I added 2 more borders. So it makes it a nice, quite a size. And then I just added the borders all the way around. I'm gonna take a picture of it laying on the ground so you can get the full effect. But I am honestly so happy with how this turned out. I don't know why I procrastinated so long. it just went together, and I'm so happy that I put stuff aside and I did this, because it knocks another thing out of the way. And this was the first designer mystery I ever did, so I'm so happy with how it came out. That's all I can say. So I'm gonna end the video. I'm gonna go put this together and I'm gonna schedule it so you guys have something to watch while I'm gone. And then I have another project I'm gonna try to do, to have something else, to have 2 videos while I'm gone. So I will talk to y'all soon, and go sew something, guys. Bye.